This is John with FixedDirtBike.com, and this is how to inspect the piston on your 94 through 01 Yamaha YZ125. You can find my full top-end service video as well as parts and tools linked below. Before purchasing a new piston, ensure that yours needs to be replaced. And if you do need a new piston, follow the same inspection steps before installation. You never know if there's a flaw, and taking 10 minutes to measure beats the hell out of grenading your freshly built engine. If you need a new piston, just get a stock replacement. With this small of an engine, you won't see any advantages of an ultralight forged aluminum race piston from Wiseco or a heavy cast Pro X piston for trail riding. The only time an aftermarket piston is needed is when your engine has undergone significant modifications. This piston exhibits perfect carbon buildup, indicating that the premix ratio is correct. The carburetor is tuned correctly, and the transfer ports are flowing freely. This piston made contact with the intake side of the cylinder, indicating that the piston warmed up before the cylinder and expanded too quickly. This is what happens when you don't let your engine warm up. I have to replace this piston, but if your piston still looks good, it may still be within spec, and if it is, all you need are new rings. Your piston must be in perfect condition to reuse it. If one thing is wrong, it needs to be replaced. You will, however, need new wrist pin clips regardless of your piston's condition. Before you bother cleaning your piston, make sure it's within spec. Measure your piston 10 millimeters from the skirt 90 degrees to the wrist pin. This measurement should be between 53.957 and 53.972 millimeters. If your piston is out of spec, it will need to be replaced, but don't throw it out just yet. Even though you will not be reusing your piston ring, we can use it to see what the engine has been up to. Take the old ring and roll it around the piston in its groove. Feel for any snags or binding. Reinstall the piston ring. Press the ring into the groove and then measure the ring-to-groove clearance with a feeler gauge. The ring should have a clearance no greater than 0.004 inches. If the ring-to-piston clearance is out of spec, the piston is most likely worn, not the rings. Repeat this process with the new ring. If the clearance exceeds spec with a new ring, the piston must be replaced. This type of wear is caused by ring deflection, which occurs due to improper lubrication from poor air-to-fuel ratio, incorrect premix ratio, engine braking, or a combination of all three. Inspect the piston crown for damage. If you find any, replace the piston. Inspect the ring grooves and locating pin. If the pin is damaged or missing, replace the piston. Inspect the piston skirt. If you find any abrasions or cracking, replace the piston. Inspect the interior of the piston and pin bore for wear or cracks. Guess what you need to do if you find any? Clean and dry the wrist pin and bearings and check for excessive wear or damage. There is no manufacturer service limit for the pin, piston bore, connecting rod bore, or clearance limits. If it's tight, use it. If it's not tight, don't use it. Insert the needle bearing into the rod bore. If there is play, the needle bearing needs to be replaced. Inspect the crankshaft side clearance by inserting a feeler gauge between the crankshaft and the connecting rod. My crankshaft has been removed for the rebuild, but it can be easily accessed inside the engine. The connecting rod to crankshaft clearance should be no greater than 0.026 inches. If your piston and cylinder are measured within spec, now we need to ensure they are within spec in relation to each other. Fortunately, with an engine this small, all you need to do is subtract the largest cylinder measurement from the smallest piston measurement. The piston to cylinder clearance must be no greater than 0.004 inches. My piston and cylinder clearance came out to 0.006 inches, putting my old piston out of spec. My new piston clearance is 0.017, putting me dead center within spec for a new piston. Before installing the piston ring, we need to ensure that the installed end gap is within spec. Insert the piston ring in the bottom of the cylinder and push it down with the piston so it inserts evenly. Measure the ring gap with a feeler gauge. The end gap should be no greater than 0.031 inches on 94 through 95 models and 0.047 on 96 to 01 models. If the rings are too tight, you can file the ends with a fine metal file or sandpaper until they are within spec. Install the first piston pin clip into the pin bore groove. Your thumbs and a small pick should work just fine, but be careful not to gouge the cylinder with the end of the clip. Rotate the clip so the opening faces up. Double check that your ring is clean and dry. Lubricate the piston edge and ring grooves with 2-stroke oil. If your ring has any markings, install it with the markings facing up. Spread the ring just enough to clear the piston and install straight down. Do not try to wrap the ring into the groove. Align the ring with the alignment pin. Check that the ring is free in the groove. Place your piston, pin, clip, and bearings in a Ziploc bag to keep them clean and organized. If you need any help or if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments or shoot me a DM. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.